making it worse.
Oh, you're making it worse. You just swore.
Oh, Christ. Sorry, Majesty.
Apology accepted, Billy, but I'm not Her Majesty.
Oh, Christ. Sorry, Highness.
There's no need to apologise.
Of course, you know where New Zealand is. You own it. Well, your pa does.
Not quite.
No. Because no one can own what they don't know. Not really. But if you did see it, well then maybe you would become a part of it. And then it would own you.
It must be a special place.
It is.
Tell me, do they dance in Central? Do you dance Private William Wallace Wilson, or are you just a warrior like your namesake?
Oh, I don't know about the warrior, but dancer. Oh yes, I like to dance. Me and Maggie. Oh, she's my girl, your Madge. Highness. Oh, the last time that we danced was at Alf Grant's send-off at Ranfurly. But we only did the lances and the reels. We never got to waltz.
I'm sure when you get home to Central you will have your waltz. But we can dance in London too, William Wallace Wilson.
Well, anyway, we waltzed. And everyone stood back and looked on. I told her all about you, Maggie. She told me I was very lucky. She said I had to make sure that I stay safe in France so I can come home to have my waltz with you. And I will. I promise I will. Your friend, Billy Wilson. P.S. When you tell everyone about this, they probably won't believe you. Most of the soldiers here don't believe me either. They all think I made it up. But Sam and Jack did see it, so it did really happen.
Dear Mom, we've seen our first action. Can't tell the details, but we're currently in the rest trenches. Although every so often the Germans send over a reminder they're there. The front line is a bleak place. The ground has been fought over so many times in the last 2 years. It carries all the scars and the souvenirs. We find those every time we dig a new trench. I've killed. Is that a rite of passage to manhood, Ma? If it is, I would have rather stayed a child. But there was one thing in all the mud and the mess. It hardly credited. Spring here. Not that you think it, but when we took over our dugout, we found one alone. A pair of swallows was nesting in it. They were quite friendly and took food off our hands. They went on pop if we gave them food too hard to eat, or left the lamp on too late at night. We watched the chicks hatch. We were still there when they fledged, but were moved out soon after. I hope they were right. The swallows were so very comforting, Ma. So pretty in all this ugliness. The little shafts of sunlight in the shadows of this place. Your loving son, Sam.
Heard our new sergeant's coming in today. Wonder who it is.
Pity about old Sergeant Greg going west. Good bloke was Sid. I knew him from before the war. He was a rabbit at Emmett Sticks. We used to see him quite a lot when he came up for supplies.
Jack, Sammy, Billy! Bienvenue!
Bonjour, Marie. Egg and chips all round, please, and a bottle of your cheapers.
Monsieur Sam, I make the best dinner in the whole of Picardy. Coq au vin, cassoulet, tout. And all you take is a favorite. Toujours.
Well, that's because, Marie, you made the best egg and chips in all of Picardy. Toujours.
Damn glad we're getting a rest. You never know there was a war going on a few miles down the road. Sort of like a French version of being by the river back home, eh?
This isn't like a Taieri at all. It's just a dirty canal. Might be you, no fishing either. And I certainly wouldn't want to go swimming in that swamp, but hey, it is frogland. There's one thing in favour though. Can't get good stagger juice like this back home. Hey Sam, is that the Mount Ida Chronicle? What's the news back home?
News, like everything we get from home, will be months old. But that paper looks in better condition than the cake I got from Maggie.
Cake? What cake? You never said anything about cake. Where is it? What kind?
I couldn't tell what sort. It was the mouldy kind. I chucked it.
Any Anzac biscuits come with it? They don't go off. There were, weren't there? Well, where are they? You scoffed them all!
Boys, now listen to this. The Military Services Board met in Ranfurly Thursday last. Among the cases heard was the appeal of Mr. David Macgregor, whose name was drawn in last month's ballot. Mr. Macgregor has been home since late 1915 upon being evacuated sick from the Dardanelles. Sick. The appeal being called up on grounds of continued ill health. The examining board saw no sign of any condition to warrant the board deciding in his favour. Thus, Macgregor has been ordered to return to the seat of warfare.
How old is that paper?
5th of February. That's 2 months ago now. He could be here by now. That could be him coming, could it?
Not likely. Jesus Christ. I mean, how many platoons and how many regiments do we have here? Thousands. I mean, what are the chances of us getting Macgregor?
I hope so. Because if it is him, I'm for it. Look at this. Remember Dan Duncan, he was wounded last year.
Yeah? Remember why?
Yeah, well, Sergeant D. Duncan, now fully recovered, was married Saturday last. Aww. The honeymoon, however, will be short, as the bridegroom has volunteered to return to the seat of warfare.
Maybe we'll get him as our new sergeant. He's alright, Dan.
Married. You know, as soon as we get back, I reckon I'll get hitched.
Who are you going to marry? You didn't leave anyone behind.
Nor did you.
I'll do alright, I reckon.
You're talking about Maggie, aren't you? What makes you
Hey,
think?
she could do a lot worse. Imagine if she married John O'Malley.
Don't.
Don't ask her, you know. Do you think she'll say yes? Oh, Maggie would be the making of me.
Let's just wait. Wait until we get back. Best to wait, I reckon. Say nothing to her till then.
What about you, Sam? You've never had a girlfriend before, have you?
None of your business. Quit interfering.
Alright, keep your hair on, but... Well, have you ever done it?
Done what?
It.
What it?
You know, with a girl. It.
Oh, shut up, Billy!
I get to know then. How about you, Jack?
Well,
Well, what? Yes or no?
no. And what about you, Billy?
I'm a man of the world.
You haven't, have you? Not Maggie. Jesus Christ, Billy, you so much
That's different. Oh, Jack, you really need to learn a lot more about real life.
What would you know about real life? That you don't know anything about it either, so just change the subject.
Sam.
Oh, and I suppose you think this is real life as well, too, don't you? No, real life would be us going home. Getting the hell out of this bloody place. Sorry. Sorry. It's just, I'm sick of it here. You know, I'm sick of seeing it all. I'm sick of taking orders. I'm sick of seeing men die.
It's not all that bad. Good grub, good stag and juice, beautiful day.
I don't get you sometimes, Billy. Don't think I haven't seen you. Shaking so much you can hardly hold your rifle. Spewing your guts out just like the rest of us. You know, why can't you face the truth sometimes?
And who wants to do that, Sam? You say you do. You don't really. Not over some things.
What things?
Let's just say your real life.
What are you talking about?
Never mind. Besides, it's too beautiful a day to be talking about the truth. We can die tomorrow when it's clear. It's too nice a day to die today. Isn't that right, Marie?
Oh, what does it matter, Billy? What's a day is like when you die? But I have a question. If your real life is going home, when all this ends, whose is it you leave? Oh, you will go back to your farms and plough your fields. But we will not, because we have been left with one we cannot plough. Les champs des morts. Votre les leurs.
What did she say?
The fields of the dead. Ours, yours, and theirs.
Well, it won't be like that, Marie, honestly.
Who knows? But you're right, Billy. Today the sun shines. Enjoy it before the shadows of night come, no?
The shadows of night are already here, Marie. Just hiding in the corners, waiting their turn.
Padre.
Well, aren't you going to ask your new sergeant to join you for a drink?
J'apporte une chaise.
No need, no need. Mulholland, I've a mind to have your cheer. Stand when ordered, Private. Nice drop. It's a pity you won't be able to enjoy it. Back to camp.
We've all got leave till 9.
You and Wilson might have, but as from now, Private Mulholland's leave is cancelled. Now get going.
Come on, Billy, let's just go.
Billy! So bloody stupid.
Welcome back to the trenches, Macgregor. When are you gonna run this time?
Latrine duty. 5 o'clock. Tomorrow morning. And then 3 hours pack drill outside of my office. And I'll be watching. Hey! Salute a sergeant on leaving his presence. Bring me some whiskey, woman.
Boys, who's hungry?
Oh,
you One day, I'm gonna make that bastard pay.
Not today, please. I'm hungry.
Oh, could you just wait one bloody moment till I get this thing open?
I'm not eating that muck. Forget about your bloody can opener. Say, you still got your bolt cutters handy?
Yes, why?
And a padlock. Army issue.
It's in my kit. Billy! Where's he off to?
Hey, soldier! What Captain Weir said he needs you at the guardhouse. Send me over to relieve. What's he want? Well, you didn't say. Send the best man for the job. Told me to get you. Quick smart.
Yeah, you've been looking half an hour here yet.
With a look on his face, soldier, I'd be going if I was you. I've been sent to relieve.
Yeah, right,
You? Billy, my padlock's been cut through.
Your padlock is doing sentry duty on the store hut door. That padlock has been relieved from the front line.
Huh.
What have you got there, Billy?
Tea.
Would have preferred Mad Marie's egg and chips.
Egg and chips. Well, Sammy boy, let's get that pan nice and hot.
Yeah, why?
Egg and chips.
Whoa, Billy!
Oh, ah!
So, boys, didn't cost us at Mad Marie's, so we still got our pay. Macgregor is probably still sleeping off our stagger juice and our egg and chips. So, let's say we spend our money on something else.
On what?
Wow, Billy, what you like to call, what was it, learning a bit more about real life? You remember Russ Roberts? Did the muster with us a couple of years back?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. I came across him the other week. He's with the sappers now. See, Russ told me that he found this house in this village. It has girls there, he said. And Russ told me he learned more about real life in one night than he had in 20 years. Gave me the address. What did he say?
Well, I don't know. Or rather, I don't know how.
Oh, well, he teaches you. They teach you, so Russ says. It's a whole lot better than bomb throwing practice, ain't it?
Well, we're all a long time dead, and it's for a good cause. So lead the way, Billy. You should know all about it.
I know all about that place, but it's not all Russ says it is. I know a place that's way better.
Well then, why let's go there then?
Oh, it's quite far and it's getting late.
But don't these places just get going when it's getting late?
Yeah, you should know that, Billy.
Yeah. Oh, tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow.
You haven't been to any such place, have you?
And just like us, you haven't done it either.
Well, there you have it. You know, we might all die before knowing what this is like. You know, even if I had the chance, I still think I'd wait.
Why wait?
Wouldn't be fair. Wouldn't be right neither. I have everything I need for me back home. And that's worth waiting for.
April 25th, 1917. Dear Maggie, It is hard for me to write this. It's Billy. I don't know what he has written to you. However, I ask you to be very careful. Please promise nothing. A false hope in the situation we are in now can be worse than a real one. There are things I cannot tell you now, but which I hope can be righted in time. Maggie, all I ask of you is to wait until we get home. It might even be best if you told him not to hope at all. The second anniversary of the landing at Gallipoli today. A dawn service was held here. I wonder how long we'll do that. Until none of the originals are left, I suppose. I wonder if we'll bother to remember in the same way. What has happened to you in France since, or what might yet happen. I don't expect we will. If you ask me, it would be best just to consign it to the scrap heap of history and be done with it.
I suppose you heard about the Strawn brothers? Joe and Doug. Both killed at the same time. I remember them from the muster. Old Dan will be on his own now. Did you have an Anzac service at home?
Yes, we did. I went with Bessie. Everyone was there. No, that's not right. Not everyone.
No, but you see, not everyone can bear it, Maggie.
Yes, but I thought some might have made the effort this year, considering the minister read out the names of those from the district who had fallen, including Eddie Wilson, Marty, and now Joe and Doug Strawn.
I felt sorry for Dan Strong when they read his boys' names.
Sorry, Dan Strawn wasn't there, and he should have been.
He won't accept their gun. By being here, he would have had to face it. That's why he wouldn't come.
But still, it was disrespectful.
No, it was understandable.
Bessie had a feather pinned to her coat. Some said that it was wrong for her to do that on Anzac Day, but of course, they don't know why she does it. Only I know why.
Maggie had a rose with her that Billy Wilson asked her to keep. Dried up, of course. Someone asked her why she was carrying it. She wouldn't say. Only I know why.
They played the pipes at the service. Now that took me back. Up the slopes, first day of the item muster. Made me wish so hard that I was back home. I don't care for it here. Not one bit. The others don't know, but it's doing me in. Maybe I shouldn't have come. I just don't much care anymore. If it wasn't for Maggie, I don't know what I would do. The others don't know how much she keeps me going. Only I know why.
I was glad it was still dark when the service began, because I couldn't hide the tears. Yet mine weren't for the fallen. They've left all of this behind now. They don't need tears. You could say that mine were for the ones yet to fall. But that also wouldn't be true. I turned to see Jack, standing so still next to me, just staring out. Didn't see me looking at him. I caught in every part of his profile. That's when the tears came. Only I know why.
Music played in the sunrise. Who would ever have thought that Sam and Billy and I would hear the music bring in the dawn in such a way as this? In such a place as this? And for such a reason? But the worst thing of all is that Sam or Billy would not be here if it wasn't for me. I could have appealed, and then I would have got off. And then none of this would have been happening. I was just staring out as we had the service, asking myself over and over, why did I not appeal? And there is no answer. I don't know why.
You're calling it Anzac Day now. I wasn't there for the first one. But before you go making assumptions, we Otagos weren't landed on Gallipoli until May anyway. We only heard about it. But when the wounded came back, we saw what it meant. Those first boys, they were lucky in their ignorance. We went in knowing. So I wasn't there for the second Anzac 1916 either. I didn't want to be. But here I am for this one. Third time lucky, eh? Or is it third light unlucky? I don't like it. It makes me face things I'd rather hide from. But the parade and kit inspection give me cover. I can bull them out for being sloppy and watch them jump as I deal out fatigues. And all of that gives me a chance to hide. They don't know why I'm like that. Only I know why.
While we were still lined up for service, Macgregor called a snap inspection. Bawled me out over a missing button on my tunic. Close to taking a swing at him. But I'll get even another day.
Macgregor gave me latrine duty because my boots were dirty. They were that clean you could see your face in them.
But they couldn't see that Macgregor's inspection wasn't the only one happening.
They couldn't see the shadows that followed behind him.
Just before the sunrise, they stole along the lines of men, passing right by some without even a glance.
And stopping a second at others before continuing.
I can't explain the feeling that I had at the service. Macgregor went stomping down the line, glaring at us. But this feeling was something else.
Something else was there. It wasn't Macgregor, no. Something else was watching. I thought I saw them, these shadows stealing along. It was probably nothing. It was getting dawn. Light was playing tricks.
My shadows only pretend to go. They retreat and wait, only a bit, till they can come back again. Each time, stronger than the last.
We knew what the shadows were doing.
So we turned away so as not to see who they chose.
I had the feeling that they passed me by.
They saw me, though.
They wouldn't dare try it on with me.
I felt them too. But how could they accuse me? I wasn't there.
The feeling went away, though. The sun came up, and the shadows faded. And then we marched.
We marched up the parade ground.
We marched as if we were dancing.
They marched to my command! Attention! Left! Top! On the left! Quick! March!
We did not attend the service. That was for them only, and about another place. So we stand in the street and watch as they march. We see them ghosts march with the living, to the gate, through the gate and out to the thunder of the guns. And which ones will march back? Which ones will be carried back, and which ones will join the ghosts on their march to the great beyond? But we cannot change what has been decided. We can only watch.
The shadows watch.
They have no interest now. They have selected their tribute for 1917, just as they had the years before.
Why are the shadows still there? Let the soldiers go and march without you.
How fine they look, so straight and strong.
When they march out, when they march along.
When they do that, even the shadows respect them.
Here they come marching past the houses, shiny boots and khaki blouses, stiff as the creases in their trousers, standing tall and straight and strong. And they march all in step together, grins of steel and flash of leather, brave in every kind of weather as they boldly march along. And you may dismiss it as a ploy for the enlistment of the boys, who'll be impressed to see the toys and all the games that can be played. And you may well prefer abstention, but I feel compelled to mention you'd do well to pay attention when the boys are on parade. Look at your sons before they're older, they'll be stronger, they'll be bolder, just the sort to make a soldier and will turn them into men. And they'll be trained to follow orders, keep the peace and guard the borders, to protect us from marauders and defend us to the end. But the position they'll be filling is to be able and be willing to be killed or do the killing when there's a price that must be paid. And you may well prefer abstention, but I feel compelled to mention you'd do well to pay attention when the boys are on parade. Or merely the whim or intuition of an elected politician makes a melee with no condition when the monster quits the cage. And it's a beast that shows no quarter, dealing death and so in slaughter, raping mothers, wives and daughters in an all-consuming rage. And you may well declare we need it, and we'll pay to arm and feed it. Can you tell me who will lead it when decisions must be made? And you may well prefer abstention, but I feel compelled to mention you do well to pay attention when the boys are on parade. Here they come marching past the houses, shiny boots and khaki blouses, stiff as the creases in their trousers, standing tall and straight and strong. And is it any cause for pride that now the women march beside them? Will they have wiser gods to guide them in discerning right from wrong? And every step is a reminder of the threat that lies behind if we forget the ties that bind us when the authentic game is played. And you may love them and adore them, hate them and abhor them, but for God's sake don't ignore them when the boys are on parade.
Oh, you should have been there. You should have been there.
What's he done now?
Okay, we have bomb throwing practice. Billy hides this tennis ball that he paints black in a pile of bombs. So when it gets to his turn to throw, he picks up the tennis ball and he throws it at Macgregor. He's all bagged up and solitary now. He said a whole war in lockup was worth the look on Macgregor's face.
Sam, he's acting up too much. And it's getting worse. I'm worried. Do you remember when... High-spirited. Everyone called his mother. At the start of it, just like Billy. But don't forget, Sam, where she ended up in the end.
Bloody loony penguin here knows about that. Not even Macgregor